every time I've ever been to Walt Disney World, this last trip is probably the most time I spent on a patio or a deck ever, and I don't know, that tells me a lot about that spot. So,
Bobby, we'll come back. You're going to get an honorable mention. We'll come back.
Let me get this one out.
You don't get two.
No.
That's not the video.
So,
You get one.
All right.
We'll come back.
One.
No.
I mean, I should have just said 5.
As a jerk.
Becky, go ahead.
Wait, Becky, I got 3 more to say.
Oh gosh, I'll go nice and
God
slow.
forbid that I try to think outside the box.
Welcome, Walt Disney World fans, to another episode of the Notcast, presented by NotClub33.com. Today on the show, we're talking Walt Disney World Resorts, specifically talking about our favorite room view categories across the Disney campus. My name is Steve Rhodes. Today with me, Becky Wells,
Hey,
Pat Neistat,
What's up?
and of course, we've got the Disney cynic, Mr. Bobby Burchens.
As what seems to be a per usual these days, I have to start off this episode with an apology to my father. No, Dad, you're not really Pete in real life. I'm sorry.
If you watched last episode, that is a much needed apology, I'm sure. Hopefully that didn't blow up your whole house.
We just won't talk for a few weeks. It'll be fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Today, this is a episode that was brought to you by the mind of Pat Neistat, our favorite resort view. So this is a specific category at any resort that one of us will pick. It's not like saying, hey, it's a 2-bedroom or a 1-bedroom or a studio or whatever. It's just the category for the view itself. So standard, lake view, theme park, wherever on the Disney campus we decide to go. Pat, it's your idea, so you're going to jump in here and start us off, man. Where's the best view for a room at Disney property in your mind?
So, this last experience at Disney World that I went to, I came to this conclusion that the Polynesian lake view or theme park view, whatever you want to call it, that is
Lake view.
closest to the ferry boats has the best ambiance and view at Walt Disney World. And I would say this because you wake up in the morning, you go sit out on your patio, your deck, you can see the monorail going, you can hear the ferries, blowing their horns, which is awesome. And then at night, in the evening, you still get the ferries and you get to watch the fireworks. It's to me, it's as good as it gets.
You were staying you were on the ground floor, right?
Ground floor, yep. We were sitting on the patio every night. I mean, over the bungalows, you just watch the fireworks. The monorail's going, all the boats. You see all the activity that's going in and out of Magic Kingdom, and it's to me I don't know. I don't think it gets much better than that.
So
that's why you own the Poly.
Yep.
yeah, he is a DVC owner and owns at the Polynesian. So obviously, opinion a little bit biased, but that's the resort I've stayed at most in my life. It's my favorite resort. But I do want to ask you, I hear online all the time, and I've never stayed actually in a Lakeview room at the Poly. I've always done standard. I hear like at the bungalows that horn from the ships and stuff is annoying. How is that when you're on the Lakeview? Does that get loud in the room?
I didn't find it annoying at all. I just found it as like being a part of being there,
Okay.
In the morning, it doesn't start going until maybe an hour and a half before the park opens or so, maybe 2 hours. So, I mean, a lot of times you might be up already. So, it's just cool just seeing those boats go back and forth. The boats from Wilderness Lodge coming in, you can see those. You can see stuff from the Grand Floridian, those boats that pick up the people at the Poly as well. And then just the monorail, just looping.
Yeah.
So, I didn't find it annoying at all.
Nice. I've got some shots of your fireworks that we'll throw up on the screen if they haven't already been playing. But the fireworks view is no joke. I think pretty dope.
Yeah.
So.
To be honest with you, it's not. This has nothing to do with my weird hatred of the Polynesian or anything like that. But to me, that view that you're describing stresses me the fuck out just listening to it. Like having
What do you
all
mean?
that activity and like hearing all those noises and everything like that outside of my room would stress me out because I'm trying to relax on vacation,
Oh.
not being necessarily reminded like, hey, if you don't get to the fucking theme park for rope drop, you're never going to ride the rides that you want to ride. That's exactly what that sounds like to me.
You're not going to rope
And-
drop anyway, Bobby.
To me, it was
You're
relaxing.
damn right. I could not find that less relaxing. I've been to the Polynesian for a fireworks
Mhm.
viewing. My parents rented a studio that had a lake view, and it was overlooking the bungalows. And I agree, it is an awesome view for the fireworks.
Mhm.
I wouldn't trade that in at all. But the horns, the monorail, all the shit going on in the background. No,
So I'm going to add this. Out of every time I've ever been to Walt Disney World, this last trip is probably the most time I spent on a patio or a deck ever, and I know that tells me a lot about that spot. So
Yeah, I think some of that has to do with the ground floor because anecdotally, every time I get a ground floor room, I tend to go outside more and sit outside. I don't know why.
it
But
could be.
that's anecdote.
Yeah.
Bobby, you just kind of jumped all over the poly there for
Sorry.
a second. No, but
had to.
since that's obviously not yours, we'll go to you next and get your opinion.
Yeah, I kind of have two, and I know that you guys hate me when I do this kind of thing, but I've got one for a relaxing view and one for like a hustle and bustle.
What's your favorite?
So I
Just give
can't
us
really
one.
pick. I really
You're
It's
gonna
like my
have to.
kids. I like all the things.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Favorite.
gonna have to.
I like a lot of reviews.
too.
But
Oh yeah.
I'm very conflicted, but I'm,
I'm
gonna
sure
narrow it
somebody's
down
going to say my other favorite, but we'll
Can't
see.
trust me, no one else is going to say this one. So okay,
Then say it.
Okay, the first one that I'm going to pick, somebody might say I'm going to take it.
Ah.
It's the boardwalk view, if you will, or the lake view from
Hmm.
either the beach club or the yacht club, one of the two. It's far
Really?
enough away that you get the
The view of
ambiance
the boardwalk.
of the boardwalk
Okay.
from
Of
beach
the
or yacht
boardwalk.
club. So you get the ambiance of the boardwalk, you get the sense that there's people there and having fun, but you're far enough away from the hustle and bustle that it doesn't stress you out so much because the people are over there. They're not right here in front
I
of
can
you,
see
right
that.
on your patio. So that's a little bit comforting for me. The other favorite view that I have, and this is ultra
No.
specific.
No, you
It
can come
is.
back to it.
It's
We'll
no.
come back
It's
to
Wait,
Old
wait.
Key
Can
West.
I
Circle
ask
back.
you something?
Old
Can I
Key
ask you a
West.
question about your first view? So,
Yeah.
can you hear any noises from the people on the? Is there anything going on in the boardwalk?
You can hear.
Is there anything
noise.
like? Is there any people or anything?
You can't hear specifics.
What about in the evening? Any
No,
boats?
you
Do you
can't
see
hear
any boats on the
specifics.
lake?
You can hear a horn, maybe. I don't know. That's it.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah,
like
it's-
on that
it's
that
not
area.
the hustle
that-
and bustle of the Magic Kingdom.
yeah, the Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
You can definitely hear the horns and stuff on all the
Mhm.
but yeah, over
Mhm.
on the Epcot
I'm just
side, I
asking
don't-
a question.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Bobby,
So-
we'll come back. You're going to get
Come
an
on, man.
honorable
Just let me
mention.
get
We'll
this-
come
let me
back.
get this one
You
out.
don't get two.
No.
Good.
That's not the video.
So
You get
good.
one.
All right.
We'll come
just
back.
One.
No.
I mean, I should have just said 5.
That's a jerk.
Becky, go ahead.
Wait, Becky, I got 3 more to say.
Oh gosh, I'll go nice and
God
slow.
forbid that I tried to think outside the box for 2 seconds and I went quicker on the first one so I could get the second one. Man.
You should have picked
Ooh.
your favorite. If that wasn't it, you
Bobby's
lost
I
it.
don't know.
Bobby's a little- he's a little
I'm a little
spicy.
feisty. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking up my idea over here. It's fine. Whatever.
Jeez.
And he called his he called his dad Pete.
Damn.
That would make me PJ, sir.
There, now we
Oh,
got
man.
the
Becky, what's your favorite?
My favorite is a boardwalk view room from Boardwalk, the resort. We had a room that was
Too much noise.
just, you could see Beach and Yacht Club across, but you could see the boats in the morning, you could see the boats in the evening, all the lights, but you could also see Spaceship Earth, and it was amazing. We actually were like, okay, we can just walk over there to do the nighttime show, and they were like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to have our beer and pizza right here and just sit and watch it from here and not deal with the crowds. And it was fantastic. So that one, I'd say that is because of the ambiance, and it cuts off. The music does stop which is weird. It starts at like 6 a.m. if you happen to be out there, but you can't hear it if your doors are closed.
Gotcha.
But like, there's definitely, we were there when it was still kind of COVID, so they didn't have as much entertainers and stuff back on the boardwalk for that particular view. But it's not so much like madness that you can't relax. And if you don't want to hear it, you can close your door and still see because it's glass. So I loved it. I thought it was a perfect view of adult Disneying. That was well done. So that's my favorite. I've got some pictures.
I mean, the location there is just awesome. I mean, like you said, looking out over the boardwalk and seeing the restaurants and the bars and just the people going up and down with the ice cream shop and the margaritas and just, it's just like old world cool. Like, and then you add in the bonus of being able to see Epcot. And back to Bobby's point, I think the other side, like I've never stayed in a room at the beach club, or the yacht club. So I don't know what it looks like, but just walking over there and then looking back, I get what you're saying. It's like that cool, like, hey, I'm not over there, but I can see it and just, I'm still on vacation.
It's nice to theoretically be able to go over there if you felt like you were in the mood to, but you don't necessarily feel like you are compelled to go to. Personally, I am not a fan of theme park views. And the part of the reason why is because if I'm going to a resort, I want to be immersed in the actual resort. I don't want to be reminded necessarily that I'm at Disney World. I want to be staying at a resort to that theme and be sucked into that theme and just get lost in that instead of thinking, oh, I'm at Disney World as well. That's my.
If your second one is not a Savannah View room, then you're full of shit.
No, it's not.
Well, that is actually mine, and that's my first pick.
That's why I wasn't going to take that one.
Yeah. That's my first pick. The Savannah View at Animal Kingdom Lodge, whether you're Kidani, Jambo House, doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know how you guys didn't pick this, but it's just you're not at Disney World. You are on a freaking Savannah, and you look out and there's animals running around, the giraffe and okapi. I mean, not to mention how many freaking birds are like around. It's absolute madness of animals. And the lodge, the decor of the lodge, you know, how they have the U-shape bowl overlooking the Savannah, like you feel like you're like in a different place, in a different, like nothing to do with Disney. It's just, I think that is the most quintessential, like I'm not at Disney World spot on campus, and I don't think it's close, really.
See, it's a great view, 100%. And Pat, would you say that smells enter into your equation when it comes to your viewpoint and vantage point?
Smells?
Yeah, like maybe the smell of popcorn or snickerdoodles coming over from the Magic Kingdom.
No, you don't smell anything like that.
Becky,
I didn't
how about
smell anything, but like the smell of the beach, I don't know.
Becky, how about you?
I don't think when I'm sitting out on the
Seven Seas Lagoon, but
I know what you're getting at. I don't smell that when I'm at Animal
Kingdom. No, I don't smell it, and they shit right in front of our room.
Yeah, they absolutely
I think the resorts have a smell. They obviously don't have a smell. But in the
were you on a lower floor?
Room, it doesn't.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was in floor.
Well,
I think the DVC
is the second floor
level
anyway,
5.
At Jambo, but at Kidani it's 2.
So I was 5 at Jamba, and they shit all over, and you could see it, and it didn't smell. So and they had it picked up
50 feet
efficiently.
Try being like.
But I will say this. Now I was sitting on the balcony. It was about 8:30 or so, and I could see the Magic Kingdom fireworks from my balcony. How about that?
At Jumbo House?
Yep.
Wow. I mean,
just see it barely over the trees. Yep. So
you're asking about the smells, Bobby? Even at Riviera, every single resort, the fertilizer and the mulch that they use at every resort smells like absolute shit. Every time I've ever walked past groundsmen fixing, adding, changing anything.
And you know where that's actually
like
appropriate.
I'm like, oh, we're in the Riviera. This is gorgeous.
You know where that smells actually appropriate a very heavily landscaped area like a golf course. And this is where it enters into my honorable mention / second one that I was going to use. You have to be specifically at Building 15 at Old Key West for this to happen. It is actually an island hole par 3 that your balcony gets to face out into on hole number 7 of the Lake Buena Vista golf course. Cool little 159-yard par 4 or par 3 rather. Great viewpoint if you want to like sit on your balcony and just watch golfers dunk them into the water over and over and over again.
That would be me.
You can honestly start taking bets with the guys. It's fantastic. That's what the honorable mention. It's a random ass view, I realize, but like honestly, it's a cool view for me as someone who loves golf, loves Disney, and Old Key West. And golf fits the theme.
You should have led with that, bro. That's your vibe. Yeah.
Or maybe you should have just let me finish. That I could have done it.
I just think that would have been a better pick for you. You only get one. Yeah, if I want to honorable mention, I'll just go back. Honorable mention this. Honorable mention that.
Yeah.
I think generically though, I'm going to have to. Generically, I will agree with Pat. The Polynesian.
Well, I would say the other thing about the Polynesian
view, unless you get a parking lot view, which there's only 2 buildings where that's possible. And it's only on one side of either one of those buildings. Like every view at the Polynesian is.
I'd say there's no really good reason to go into Magic Kingdom to watch fireworks at that point. You know, I don't see myself going into Magic Kingdom to watch fireworks unless I'm there with somebody that hasn't seen it, like in the park.
Well, Happily Ever After 2.0 will launch in 2 months from today. Actually, I think. April 2nd, I think it is.
Yeah, not April 1st, because God forbid that they do anything on April 1st.
They don't do that. Yes, they don't. But I think I might just go in there for that. So next week on the show, we don't know what we have planned. So maybe we'll talk a little Disney cruise. You guys are going on a Disney cruise ship? You, Becky, Pat?
Indeed.
I'm not.
Yeah. Same one, same time.
You're going to have to pay me to go on that ship.
Maybe we'll chat. Maybe we'll chat about that. Maybe we'll chat about something different. Maybe there'll be more breaking news. I don't know. In order to find out, I suggest you hit your notification icon and you will know when we upload that next video. Consider subscribing. It really helps us out here at Not Club 33, and hit that like. It bumps us up in the YouTube algorithm. For everybody here at Not Club 33, we'll catch you next week. Until then, peace out.